All right, we got neighbor Chandler's 2018 F150 back over here today. I'm going to make two different videos on this. We are going to do the wheel speed sensor, which in order to do that, you got to pull the rotor and brakes and everything. So I'm also going to make a brake change video while I do it. No matter which video you're in, I will have links up in the video and in the description below for parts and equipment and tools used. If you want to order those, that really helps us out. Otherwise, you can get your stuff at your local auto parts store. But essentially, Sam's Club strikes again. They're keeping the lights on around here these days. They put new tires on for him today and crushed his wheel speed sensor with the wheel, and they didn't catch it. So we're going to go to that passenger side. In order to start either of these jobs, make sure you get it up in the air, get it on jack stands, get it supported with the tire off the ground, and get your tire off, and then we'll pick up from there. All right, so it does look like we need to pull apart all the brakes and get this rotor off. So we're going to start off with these 13 millimeters. You got one up here and one down here for your caliper. This will also double as a brake pad replacement video. So I will walk you through all of that, even though we're not going to do it. But let me get these two 13s off, and then we will work this caliper off and set it up here or hang it with a zip tie off of this upper control arm. Get those two 13s out, you just kind of walk it back like this. Make sure you don't support it, don't support the weight on the brake line. So you got this off. So you don't want to hang it from the brake line. You want to make sure you have it up and supported on something else. I don't think this dust shield, it should be able to hold it. So there we go. Now we can take our pads out. So you just grab them and walk them out just like this. See, these are nice and fresh. Voila. So that's inner, that's outer. In my case, now we need to get on these. They look like 21 millimeters. We'll pull this one, we'll pull that one. Then we should be able to remove this entire caliper bracket. Okay, so now we got our caliper bracket off. So it was the 221s, it'll slide right off. I set it right over here, and we will handle cleaning that up and getting that ready to reinstall after we deal with the rotor. So something to note is if you're doing your brake pads, no matter what, you at least need to get your rotor turned. So we'll have a certain amount of thickness that it has a minimum threshold to. You can take it to any auto parts store, or a lot of machine shops will do it, and they will basically re-smooth this. You want this nice and straight and flat before you put new pads on it. If it is not, if there isn't enough material left, then you'll have to buy new rotors. But to get them off, there are no set screws on this one. You can just pull them off. If it's stuck, which it may very well be, you can bang it with a hammer in between the studs on the face here. Do not hit the face where the braking surface happens, and do not hit the studs with a hammer, right? Just hit in between it until it breaks loose and comes off. This one, though, looks like it should come right off here. Just like that. Hey! Before you put your turned or new rotor on, you're going to want to come through here and check out this surface on the hub. You'll want to clean up this surface on the exterior here and in the center here with like red Scotch-Brite or a wire wheel or anything like that if there's any rust on it. This one actually looks really clean and smooth, so we're going to go ahead and just ride with it. I might dust it just a little bit with some Scotch-Brite, but otherwise, also I always like to spin them just to make sure they're not crunchy. That one actually sounds kind of loud, but there wasn't any play in it, so we're going to continue on. All right, so once you have your hub surface all cleaned up, ready for the rotor, we're going to go ahead and get the caliper bracket ready before we hang the rotor back onto the hub. In order to do that, hold on, I'm getting my supplies ready. All right, so in order to do that, you're going to have new hardware. The hardware are these little metal pieces that clip down into the corners here. So you can pop all of those out. Once you have them out, you're just going to douse this thing down with some brake cleaner. Just get it nice and clean. In my case, I'm just kind of knocking off the brake dust since we have it apart and still cleaning it up. So you're going to let this brake cleaner evaporate, and once it does, we're going to put a little bit of grease, synthetic brake grease, into each of these little metal parts before we bolt it back up. All right, here we are getting ready to finish this first bit up on the brakes. Another thing to note before we put all this first stage of stuff together, you're going to want to take your caliper bolts, which these are some monsters. Clean up your threads with like a wire brush or wire wheel, and then put some blue Loctite on them. We're going to get a little dabble of blue on there just like that. And now we're ready to start slapping some stuff back together. Okay, we're gonna slide our rotor up into place. And now we're gonna take our synthetic brake grease, put a little dabble on all these slides where the pads make contact, just like this. And then what I like to do is rub that around my finger. Just make sure I get a nice, even, thin layer, and so that way it can't come off on the rotor. Now we're ready to slide it back in and put our bolts in. One other little trick here. When your rotor wants to kick out like this and not stand upright, just take a lug nut and thread it all the way down. It will hold the rotor upright for you. Just like that, just hand tighten it. Okay, here's everything in place. The torque on these 21 millimeters is 250 Newton meters. It's a big one. So make sure you get those torque down, and then we are going to be ready to compress our caliper after we cut it loose and then install our brake pads. Our caliper, we are going to douse this puppy with brake cleaner 2 and let it drip off the backside. And then once it's dry, I'm going to show you a fancy little tool to compress it. All right, I don't have to compress mine all the way because I'm reusing the pads that are good. But check this fancy tool out. I do like to compress them if I ever take them off there, just to make it install easier. So it's called a brake caliper ratcheting tool. So you're just going to basically unscrew it by hand until it's close. You'll drop it down in here, and then it will cover both of these pistons. It has adapters, which would work well in this case, but I only need to compress mine just a tiny bit. You're going to need a tool like this on this, because doing this with an old pad and C-clamp would be impossible. And then you just basically ratchet it until your calipers are completely compressed. So right now we're moving and grooving. We've got plenty of space. When you're done, you flip the little lever, loosen the ratchet, pull it right out, just like that. We're under our final step, so we're going to come in with the synthetic brake grease we love so much. We're going to put it right around the face of these pistons to make sure there's no squealing on any metal-to-metal contact. And then we're going to paint it right up here on these fingers where they lay on the brake pads as well. Now we're ready to assemble everything, and we are on the home stretch. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our brake pads, we're going to slide them back into their respective places. There's that one. Here is this guy. Just like that. And now we'll put our brake caliper back on. Make sure you don't twist the brake hose up whenever you're putting this on either. One thing I forgot to mention is you always also want to check your caliper slides. I was checking them earlier off camera, but when everything's apart, I'll cut this in where it matters. You want to grab these and move them back and forth with your fingers. If they feel gummy or stuck at all, you can hold this rubber and pull that pin out. Then you just wipe it off with a paper towel, put that synthetic brake grease on there, a nice layer around it, and then stab it back in and work it back and forth and twist it to make sure it moves nice and free. But these ones are good. All right, there we are. We're all tightened up here. I will put the torque spec on the screen for the upper caliper bolts and for the lug nuts for when you put your tire back on. I always torque lug nuts. That is very important. But for me, I'm going to go underneath the truck real quick and throw up a little panel, so I'll look it up before I put the tire on. But otherwise, all you need to do is put the cap back onto your brake fluid reservoir, and then make sure you pump your brakes up before you start your truck and try and drive away. But that is all there is to a brake job or the front brakes on these 2018 F-150s. So if the video helped somebody out, hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more.